A king who did not trust in God's goodness had a slave who always said to him, "My king, do not be discouraged, because everything God does is perfect, no mistakes." They went for hunting one day, and along the way, a wild animal attacked the king. His slave was able to slay the animal, but was unable to prevent His Majesty from losing a finger. The angry king, without showing respect for his rescue, shouted, "Is God good? I would not have been attacked and lost my finger if He was good." The slave replied, "My king, despite all these things, I can only tell you that God is good, and He knows why all these things happen. What God does is perfect. He never makes a mistake." Angered by the response, the king had his slave arrested. Later, he went on another hunt and was captured by savages, who performed human sacrifices. When the savages arrived at the altar, ready to sacrifice the king, they discovered that the king lacked one of his fingers, so he was released. It was not complete enough, they said, to be offered to the gods. When he returned to the palace, he ordered the freedom of his slave, whom he respected. "My dear, God has been very good to me. I was almost killed by the savage men, but I was let go because I didn't have one finger. But I have a question. If God is so wonderful, why did He let me imprison you? My king, if I had joined you in this hunt, I would have been sacrificed because I have no missing finger, so remember that everything God does is perfect. He never makes a mistake." Moral of the story: we often moan about life and the bad things that happen to us, forgetting that nothing happens by chance, and that everything has a reason. Don't be in a hurry to give your day to God every morning. Ask God to direct your actions, inspire your ideas, and heal your emotions. Also, don't be frightened. God never makes a mistake. Christianity has guiding principles and rules by which we should live. It is not about what we can do on our own, but about what we can do with God. The Lord desires to be acknowledged for His providence and sovereignty. Jesus wishes to be appreciated for taking our sin and cleansing us. The Spirit wishes to be appreciated for His direction and comfort. God has feelings, and He longs for praise. He is deserving and deserves it. God, on the other hand, is enraged by our grievances and complaints in the same manner that He was enraged with the Israelites. There is nothing we possess, and nothing about who we are that has not been given to us. From the simplest feature of our appearance to the house we live in, from each and every breath to our salvation, everything is a part of the plan. Even with our most generous offers and sacrifices, we can never outgive God. When God took His people out of Egypt and into the Promised Land, they spent their time moaning in the desert. As a result, their focus was diverted from the broader picture, and they spent far too much time in the desert. The Promised Land was waiting for them, but their lack of gratitude prevented them from taking the next step towards it. Entitlement restricts us, while appreciation moves us onward into the life God intended for us. When we express gratitude in our prayers, our attention is drawn away from ourselves and towards God's goodness and everything He has done for us. Our hearts are bursting with delight. Our delight begins to overflow, resulting in fruit that grows to be more like Jesus. May God continue to bless all the hearer and doers of His word.